What is this? 62. Welcome to episode 62 of the Midwest Sad Boys podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Jim. What's up?
And we are your hosts here, right here from Sad Boy Studios, every single week for the last 62 weeks.
Well, the previous 61 weeks, this is 62. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Whether this is your first or 62nd episode, thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
Yes.
So I think we've got to get out of the way, right? I mean, it's the most pressing social,
Yeah, we probably should just
social issue at the moment. So, like, what's your opinion on what happened last week?
Well, why don't you tell them what happened last week?
Oh, you want me to be the one to say it?
Oh, well, I mean, I
think we all know.
I could say it.
I mean, I could say it.
Yeah, Joe Hendry showed up on
Shut
NXT.
the fuck
Okay. Anyway. There
Dog,
was
we almost, and I'm not saying almost as in I'm rooting. I'm just saying we literally almost witnessed a fucking presidential assassination, dude. That was fucking wild.
it's honestly insane.
Yes.
That would
Did you really ever think in your lifetime you'd see one?
No. I mean, you watch back and like the JFK videos and stuff like that, and you're like, oh shit, that's insane.
Yeah, dude.
Like, political party aside, like, you're watching a person just get murdered.
Absolutely.
That's insane.
Wrecked live on TV. Just unreal. Absolutely unreal. And then there was I saw some clip on Instagram, the one with like the 3D scanning of his head. They like mapped out the side of his face and they show a 3D model of like his head turning as he's talking, and they showed like the trajectory of the bullet line, and it was like half a second.
Just
had he
so
not
close.
I think he said he said he was like reading something on the screen and he turned his head to the right, and it was like at that exact moment of the turn that it went right by. Fucking believable, dude. Wild.
And the internet, of course, went crazy with it. We won't get into that part, but
the internet gonna do internet things.
Yeah, the one thing that I will say that came out of this is that photo of him.
Oh, dude, it's the hardest fucking photo of all time.
Like,
covered. Well, I shouldn't say covered, but like he's got blood on him, and he's like, "Fucking America."
Yeah,
dude,
like,
bro. Honestly, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah,
hell
like,
yeah.
I might not be a fan of him, but like,
fuck, that photo goes so hard.
It goes so hard.
So hard. Dude. Someone immediately black and white put the parental advisory album.
Perfect.
And like made it was like anything could be an album art, dude. And it was the hardest fucking thing I've ever seen. It was so sick.
As a photographer, that's insane.
Yeah, right.
For them
if you're that one person who gets that shot.
Yeah, like think about it. Like right now, like there was gunshots going off. They could have ducked down and run and did everything, but they were like, "Nah, man, got to get the shot."
Yep.
Got to get the shot.
Yep.
And they got the shot.
Brother.
And holy shit, like, what is it? The Pulitzer? Is that the one for photography, I believe?
You would know more than I do.
I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
In the comments below.
Fact checker. But that photo is going to win awards.
Oh, it's going to,
Like,
it'll
absolutely.
be Time Magazine's photo of the year, whatever, for sure.
It is absolutely insane how, like,
Yep.
I'm even going to say, like, historic that photo is.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Dude, it's going to be your kids' are going to be seeing that in history books, in 50, 60 years or whatever. It like you said, party aside, like we have entered a new world now because of that. But also just, dude, I was shocked because like, I really didn't think anyone really had the stones to try it, regardless of who, whether it was the old one or the orange one. Like, pick your poison, but like, still, for someone to have the testicular fortitude to stand up and be like, "I'm gonna do it," brother. I did not think we lived in that kind of time, but
no,
here
because
we are.
I mean, like, even when you compare it to in the past, like the Secret Service level nowadays. It's so much more advanced.
Yeah, you would think that this wouldn't have happened.
You would think that people would be like, there's not a chance we're pulling this off.
Like it would almost have to be an inside job because like the level of security that air quote should have been up there, this should have been bulletproof, tight lock, no chance whatsoever. And then there's the videos of this dude's just like, he's on a ladder, just climbing up the side of the building, just laying on the building. And then I saw another video on Instagram, this guy that was getting interviewed by the news, and he was like, yeah, I saw him, and I'm talking to the cops and being like, hey, go get that guy. And they were like, no. So whether or not that's factual or not, that's just, it's a video that I saw. So it's just, yeah, dude, crazy. We have entered a new era. Whether it's good or bad, that remains to be unseen, but we're in a new world now. And I don't know, man, my conspiracy theory ass, you know me, I'm not sold on it being staged or anything like that. I think this was genuinely the act of a heinous crime by an individual who, you know, maybe was or wasn't all there. It's none of my business. It's not for me to decide. But what I can say, though, I think Civil War II Electric Boogaloo is coming up. And whether or not November will tell, I think is the catalyst that may or may not spark it. But I think.
Do you feel if Biden retains the White House championship that there will be?
I think there might be the White House
championship.
Like that? That was sick. He gets a fucking belt and he's just like dropping bows on the. That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be insane. He just comes out and just fucking stunners.
I mean,
Trump.
to be fair, Donald Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame. So.
Oh shit, you right. That's right.
In the celebrities.
Yeah, no, yes, I do think that is going to be a key turning point. Because obviously, like, if the other side wins, then they're not going to want to fight because, like, their guy won. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. That's just my cynical conspiracy brain that I think we're entering some dark times coming up. And I think November is going to really kind of set the course of where we're going. And that's kind of scary, you know, because just like, maybe. Yeah. Well, okay, so let's just put the conspiracy aside. Let's just say that we are in a civil war, right? Mm-hmm. And we're in the South, which historically does not win.
Yeah.
So it's just wild to think that maybe like, oh, one day, you know, we're just going to be here and then drone strike, boom, there goes your house. Like, oh, cool. Well, Jason's gone. That's fucking sucks. Like, oh, because of the war. Oh, yeah, he died in the war.
Died in the war.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Reed, what happened to your dad? Oh, yeah, he died in the war.
Oh, where? Like Iraq, Afghanistan?
Oh, yeah, no. In our house.
Rayford?
Yeah. In our house. House blew up. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking wild, dude. We live close enough to a base that this is part of what's fueling my own sort of doomerism is since we live so close to the base, I just feel that like shit's going to happen down here. And what are we going to do? Fucking, I'm not part of the solution or the problem. So like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah. I don't, honestly, man, my whole mindset around politics is like, I can't do anything about it except for every 4 years I can go and I can vote.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of that, it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Like I can't do anything about it. It's like, I won't like it, but I'll complain the whole time.
The whole fucking time.
Yeah. Like it's nothing I can do. There's nothing that we can do.
I mean, there is. We could like volunteer and, you know, help out and, you know, be part of community leadership programs.
No,
and,
I mean, no, so
run
like
for city council.
Like,
I mean, there are things that we could do. But I'm lazy and I'm not fucking doing it.
Right. I'm tired, right?
Can't talk. I'm fucking tired after working my 9 to 5.
My thoughts are though, like it takes a lot to change someone's mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if they're based on who they're around.
True.
Their group of people or family. So like, you can do all the volunteering in the world. You could, you know, try and, you know, poll people or like try and change people's mind, but like in their head, like unless something specifically happens that affects them,
yes,
they will never change their mind.
Very rarely, correct. Yeah.
So it's like I'm out of it. I don't like talking politics. Yeah. I don't.
What doesn't like talking? Same, but here we are bitching about politics all the fucking time.
Yeah,
fuck capitalism.
It's because we're in the middle class. That's why we hate it. Yeah, I mean,
are we even middle class? I mean,
middle.
Technically, all I know is the numbers that I see when the news people talk about like the average household income is 60 grand. I'll tell you, I don't make fucking 60. So
Yeah.
I'm below average.
I'm self-employed.
How
so I
can
don't-
middle class be below average? So maybe I'm lower middle class.
Hey man, I don't know about any of this stuff. I don't know about Project 2025 or all that stuff, but like there's a lot of things on there that I don't like if it is true.
Mm-hmm.
Like the getting rid of the SAVE program for student loans,
Yeah.
not having school lunches for kids. I don't know. This isn't a political podcast. We're going to change the topic.
Well, hold on. I
in a
have one.
second.
I have one last comment because this was
Okay.
something that I need to find it. I do apologize. Aha! I found it.
Hey,
Long story short, it was like the conversation was between two individuals about something related to the incident, but the thing they were commenting on had nothing to do with the incident. And it was like, no, you doofus. The problem is our company is trying to garner sympathy for a 34-count convicted felon who's accused of raping and molesting women and children, who makes fun of veterans, people with disabilities, and incites violence on the regular. They're not upset about the fucking t-shirt. And it's like, oh shit. That was like very eloquently said, sir. Like, how you can't argue with that. I know that out of context, none of that really makes sense, but just like sometimes you just have to put it in the most simplest of terms. And then maybe someone will be like, oh shit, you're right. But that's not for, like you said, I can only say so much, and whether you change your mind or not, that's on you. So
yeah, I don't know, man. It's it is a thing that ever was.
one of those,
And it's going to be
one
some
of those, it
4
is.
years that ever were.
Yeah, regardless of which one wins, it's going to be 4 years of something. That's all I know.
Hey, man.
Yo, that article that I sent you, that crazy news article that I told you we were going to talk about, do you remember what the headline said?
Oh, no. I don't.
Before we get into the crazy news articles of the week, let's do, of course, our favorite hydration check. Everybody take a drink. It's still really fucking hot outside. It's okay.
My double cup's downstairs. I used it earlier.
It's still 100 fucking degrees outside, everybody, so make sure you stay hydrated. It's sad boy summer.
Dude, there's literally heat advisories every single day.
Yeah, at that point, like, if you have to tell me what the heat is with the heat index because there's a heat advisory, just tell me what the temperature
Yeah, they're
is.
like, hey, there's a heat advisory from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
To
Like
6:59
the
a.m. the
whole
next day.
ass day. Just tell me for the next 4 days it's going to be hot.
Yeah, and then you don't have to tell me it's 86, but it feels like 99. No, just tell me what it fucking feels like, because that's what it feels like when I go outside.
Give me the Family Guy, the Ollie Williams style.
Go Ryan.
It's hot.
It's hot.
That's all I need.
It's ready sideways. Anyhow, everybody, stay hydrated. Make your plain water taste better. Visit w.gg. Use code SADBOYS at checkout. That's BOIS. Save 10% on your order. Make your plain water taste better. Drink more water. Feel better. W.gg. Code SADBOYS. So, time for some crazy news articles of the week.
Let's do it.
What a title here, ladies and gentlemen. This one was good. 10-year-olds found working at McDonald's until 2 a.m. More than 300 minors, including two 10-year-olds, were found working at a McDonald's later and longer than the law permits, a Department of Labor investigation found. What a shocker, right?
But they're 10.
Yeah.
Oh, including two 10-year-olds.
Including two 10-year-olds.
but yeah.
More than 300 minors, including two 10-year-olds, were found working at McDonald's, yada, yada, yada. Big picture is child labor is on the rise in the U.S., and the federal government announced a crackdown earlier this year after tracking a 69% in illegally employed children since 2018. So in the last, 6 years, 69% increase in illegal child labor. Dog, what the fuck are we doing? Not we, but you know what I mean.
Apparently, putting kids to work.
Brother, I know that like adults have consciousness and morality, but like the fucking parents that are letting these 10-year-olds go to fucking work, unbelievable.
Yeah. That part's wild. If it's like, oh, they're 16, They're supposed to bounce at what, 8 p.m. or something
Yeah,
like
right.
that?
They got to be out before dark, and they can't
like-
work more than so many hours. Fully support that for like 15, maybe 14. Beyond that,
I
fuck
don't think
you.
you can even work at 14. I don't know.
Well, regardless, but I'm
Either
saying,
way,
if
if you're 16,
Yeah.
you're saving to buy your first car. Like,
right, or
whatever.
pay for a school vacation, right? Absolutely, go get yourself a little side hustle.
Yeah.
16, 15. I mean, I was 15 and a half working
Yeah,
at the
same.
pizza shop and the t-shirt printing place. Like, I'm all for teenagers working. Like, I get it. Bust ass, make some summer money, cash that check, sis.
but if you're 10,
Brother,
you should be
Your
at
kid
home.
is 6. Could you imagine sending him to work in 4 years?
No, he doesn't listen to me now.
Yeah, right? You're going to give him fucking knives and sharp objects and trust him to not hurt himself or other people?
No, there's
At
not a
fucking
chance.
10?
Dude, if you are 10 years old, you literally need to be at home in the safety of your home.
If you're
with
10
your
years old
parents.
listening to our podcast, turn it off right now.
Yeah, it's been long enough where your view counts. Please turn it off. But you need to be doing kid things. You should not
Yes.
be working.
Yeah, dude.
Not
what?
in the slightest bit.
Yeah. So let's see what else is on here. Yeah,
Wow.
3 separate franchises, and we will, of course. I texted you this link, but make sure you put this in there so we don't get
Oh, yeah.
in troubles with the legals peoples.
The legal peoples.
3 separate franchises, more than 60 McDonald's locations across Kentucky, Indiana, Maryland, and of course Ohio. Employed 305 children to work more than the legally permitted hours and perform tasks prohibited by law for young workers. Unreal.
Indiana and Ohio. I'm not surprised.
They prepared and distributed food orders, cleaned the store, worked at the drive-thru window, operated a register. I don't trust any children to give me the correct amount of change. First off, who's even paying with cash these days?
Who's even using an actual person at a register? I just use the automated
Yeah,
thing at
right. True.
McDonald's.
Yeah, you walk up there, push your order on the big iPad tablet, and then they bring it to you.
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
scan
pretty
my
nice.
little code. They come out, and then that's it.
In all, the investigations led to $212,000 in civil money penalties against the employers. Slap on the wrist. I mean, fucking
Did you
McDonald's
say
makes.
legal with a fine or something like that? Legal for a price?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If the punishment is a fine, that means it's legal for a fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can it be illegal if the punishment only affects poor people? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, did those 300 kids over that time frame make them more than $200,000?
Probably, considering there was 60 other stores. I'm sure that's what I was getting at is McDonald's. I'm sure, their Q2 fucking revenue for fucking 2024 or whatever was probably in the billions or million, at least hundreds of millions. And like, oh, wow, we only gave them a $200,000 fine.
How much money do you think McDonald's makes in a day?
In a day?
I wonder if the internet even has a guess. I'm just curious because, like,
McDonald's as a whole.
yeah,
I mean, we could probably do some extrapolations here, but I don't know. One, we
I
need to
wonder
know
if the internet just has a guess.
r/they did the math.
Let's see. Oh, here, let's go Google. This is an article in January of 2024.
Okay.
So they estimated, okay, break it down. In 2020, McDonald's reported total revenues of $19.21 billion.
Billion with a B, correct?
B.
Thank you.
Yes, a zillion with a Z. No, if we
Gajillion.
divide this figure by the number of days in a year, we
365,
can
right?
estimate that they make approximately $52.66 million per day.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So on a daily basis, McDonald's make, you said 56 million?
And that was in 2020.
Oh,
so
right. So it's probably
they've
gone up.
doubled their prices.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Quarter pounder went from $6 to $9.20, 29 cents.
That's not double, but yes.
Well, you know what I mean. It feels like it.
It
Because
fucking
I'm
does.
financially, I'm paying more, and
Right.
mentally, I'm like, this hurts to pay. For
Yeah, the mental load is the rest of the double.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, dude, how many times have I gone to Wendy's since they had that $5 deal? Mm-hmm. Quite a few.
Yeah, see?
Dude.
It's almost like the same shit, just now costs more fake money.
$6.
Yeah.
I can get a sandwich, a fry, and a nugget. And me and Reed can both have lunch.
Absolutely. Let me get a faux. Yeah, dude. So you said 56 million a day, and they're fine over the course of what did I say it was?
6 years.
No, that's not right.
You said it was over 6 years.
Well, okay. So over the course of the last 6 years, the amount of illegal child labor went up 69%. That is not
nice.
Directly at McDonald's. It was, however, 3 separate franchises that oversee more than 60 locations. So 60 locations. So 56 million a day divided by how many McDonald's? How many McDonald's is there? Can we look that up?
How many McDonald's in the U.S.?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do some real math here.
How many
folks.
McDonald's are there in the U.S.?
Ooh, AI's thinking.
13,544 restaurants.
Okay, so 56 mil. Let's bust out a calculator here. Calculator.
They made McDonald's in different countries too.
50. Let's just say 56 divided by 13 comes out. Okay, so that means 56 million divided by 13. Was it 13,000?
Yeah, 13,500.
Comes out to 4.3. Was that 56?
Dog, you helped me pass math class.
Yeah, I know, right? 56 million divided by 13,000. I'll just actually add in the zeros. Ain't no way that comes out to $4,300 a day. There ain't no way. $4,300 in profit per store per day. Maybe that ain't that much. Regardless, the fee should be higher. There's fucking 10-year-olds working in the goddamn McDonald's.
Yeah, math aside, there were 10.
Yeah, fuck it. But seriously, I brought this up already, but like the parents, I think the parents are the problem. Who is willingly sending their child to McDonald's daily?
You're just
fucking
dropping
10-year-old.
Like you're just dropping little Tommy off at McDonald's. He's 10 years old.
Well, first off, we know that those kids' names ain't Tommy. It's like Tragedy, TRADEIGEHLDIEGH, Tragedy, and fucking, I don't even know what other dumbass names kids have these days because I just can't. But anyhow, yeah, you're right. Little Tommy's rolling up. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of river.
Dude, a kid ever sneezes on my fries when I get some fries at McDonald's, I'm throwing hands. Fucking this little kid, he goes, so here's your milkshake. Fuck you, you little shit. Get your sick ass back to home. Go turn on the fucking Price is Right. Go sit down. Fucking, you are home from school. Get your ass on the couch.
Home
you don't
from
need
school
to be fucking
special.
working with your sick ass.
Got some oyster crackers, some ginger ale, and the Price is Right.
Brother, it heals the soul. But seriously though, like what?
Deep down.
I mean, it has to be a problem with the parents, right? Like this, I mean, it's a problem with the system for allowing it to happen in the first place. But it's got to be a problem with the parents. Like who there's no way. I mean, obviously, there is way. It's a story.
There is way.
There is a way. There is way.
I'm still laughing at Tragedy.
Never heard that one before.
No. No.
You know, McKinsley and Kaylee-Ann, and it's like McKeighley, McKinley, you know, Annleigh, Annleighy, and then fucking, I don't even know what other dumbass names people are naming kids these days. What kind of kids did your kid go to school with? Like, what's the names of those kids?
You got a kid named Houston.
Okay, we're naming kids after cities. That checks out.
Yeah, like, hey man, we got a problem, you know? Houston.
What was your? So that's the end of my crazy news story for the week, though. Children working at McDonald's, man. Of course, it's in Ohio.
That's insane. You know what? So speaking of McDonald's, I got that on the way home. That's why I was upset about the $9 quarter pounder. But
fresh wound.
But also, let's take a step back and talk about us for a second.
Oh yeah, what do we got?
So I started. You know what intermittent fasting is, yeah?
I know what fasting is. Intermittent, I means throughout the day.
Certain intervals.
Okay. Yeah. What you got?
So I started doing it.
Mm-hmm. And then you had McDonald's.
Well, the problem was I was doing a photo shoot at the time. I was supposed to stop eating, and I hadn't eaten for 7 hours or 6 hours. At the time, I was like, I have to eat. I can't wait until
the next
tomorrow morning to tomorrow. Yeah. So now I can't eat until like 11 o'clock tomorrow or something.
Okay.
But yeah, you can
how's that working?
So you can eat for 8 hours and then you don't eat for 16, but you're sleeping for 8.
Half of that,
so
right?
Like it's really not that bad,
right?
But But like I did it before, like a few years ago, and like, I did pretty good. Like I lost a good amount of weight.
Shit. For real? Was
Yeah.
this when you doing urban push-ups or whatever they were called?
No, I mean I was working out a little bit when I was at Sweetwater, vigilante push-ups. Yeah. No, but like I wanted to try it again. I'm pairing it with actually eating better. That way,
Great start.
One day, if I don't do the fasting, I'm still in a habit of eating better.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So like, I'm kind of upset that I got McDonald's today, but like I needed to eat because you were coming over to do this.
Right.
And I was like, I have to eat something because I haven't eaten since noon. But I've been doing like overnight oats.
Ooh.
You ever have overnight oats?
I'm not an oat guy. I'm not an oatmeal. I'm not a Greek yogurt guy. I'm not an oat guy.
I don't like Greek yogurt either. But no, I've been
They
doing.
go together, so I don't.
I don't know. I've been doing overnight oats, and dude,
Yeah?
it's pretty good. Oats, a little bit of almond milk,
Ooh.
and then some coffee creamer, like a tablespoon of coffee creamer, because you get the flavor, right? So like,
Again, wouldn't know.
yeah, caramel macchiato or like Hershey's chocolate or whatever,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of honey.
Ooh.
I've seen people put like syrup in there, but I'm like, honey seems healthier than syrup. I'll put honey, and then you put frozen fruit.
Ooh. Okay.
So like and a little bit of peanut butter, like a scoop peanut butter.
right.
So like you got protein, you got oats, you got
You got
fruit.
it all.
So and I've been doing that, and even Reed was like, "Can I have some oatmeal?" So I let him have it, and he's like, "This is really good."
Hey, there.
So we've both been eating it.
Nice.
So like, not only am I eating less, I'm not snacking, which was definitely my problem.
Same
know.
for me.
Like for me, it's like, oh, Monday Night Raw, I need raw snacks.
Raw snacks.
Raw snacks.
Yeah. Everybody
SmackDown, I need SmackDown snacks.
Snacks.
SmackDown, Snackdown. You know.
Ooh, not the SmackDown.
And then like SummerSlam's coming up, and I have to stop eating at like 6. Oh my god!
Shout out to my parents for teaching me that your plate has to be empty before you get up from the table. So I've been fighting portion control my entire life.
Same, dude.
That has been my biggest trouble in this whole exercise journey.
Yeah.
Is like, I'll just slap it on my plate and then I'm like, oh, well, it's on my plate. I got to eat it. Starving kids in Africa. You got to eat your plate.
You know what I always said? Go ahead and mail it to him.
It's a lot easier when you're tall.
Yeah. How much is it going to cost?
Tall. Yeah.
You're going to put that in Tupperware?
You think it'll spoil by the time it makes it over there?
Yeah. You're gonna put that in like a freezer bag? How you gonna pay to expedite that? Like you got to do at least like what 1-2 day shipping to Africa. You're gonna pay $300-$400 to ship this leftover meatloaf to a child in Africa.
I bet you they'd still eat it.
Yeah, but like
That's not the point.
But like the point is, you're worried about me throwing this away. You're gonna pay $400 to ship it to a kid
Well,
because
yeah.
I can feed them for only 20 cents a day, and
According
that's
to
way
the
less than $400 a month.
According to the commercials on the TV, they eat pennies. But yeah, no, I agree. Intermittent fasting sounds cool. I'm getting better, but my big struggle has been portion control for sure.
I mean, in like the fasting thing, like if you're not like a breakfast person anyway,
It's great.
then it's like that's perfect. Like you can start eating at like 10 o'clock or like right now. Like I have it set to like I end eating at like 5:30 because I usually cook dinner, and then I can eat at like 9:30 or whatever, 8:30, whatever it is
In the morning or at night?
in the morning.
Oh,
So like 16 hours later from your last meals when you can eat.
yeah, you know what? Maybe I should try and start something like that because like I also have a snacking problem, and I'm looking at you, Megan. Megan also has a snacking problem, and we are trying to be better. But
That's my biggest problem. Was like I would just like go to the store and buy like a bag of chips, buy some candy, and
Yep.
it's like I'm eating all of it tonight, and I'm probably gonna do it again tomorrow. It's bad.
well, I can't speak for you, but for me, a bag of chips lasts more than one day. But it doesn't. It only lasts 2 days.
It
in my
lasts
house.
and sitting.
Unsitting.
Yeah, I don't.
You do not fuck around when it comes to
because
chips.
like Reed eats them too, so it's like I got to eat them if I want them because otherwise he's gonna eat them all.
Well, yeah, and you got to give him a bowl. You can't give him the bag because you don't want him.
Give him
putting
the
his
bag.
hand-
You got those gross little hands going in there. Yeah, dude. Not.
Speaking of your little homie, dude, so how about the other day when Megan and I babysat so you guys could go out to dinner and he bamboozled us? Do you want to tell
Oh my
the
God.
internet how this little shit tricked
So-
us?
So there are some shows that we don't let him watch because we feel like it just
Brain rot.
Yeah, it literally is just brain rot. And we go out to dinner And then he come back, and then like he's watching a show with them, and then how did he word it? Like, I'm going to show you this show or something.
He was like, oh, I want to watch this shark show. And we're like, all right, cool, let's turn it on. And then he was like, no, we should watch Matilda. So we turned on Matilda, and Megan saw him like turn it on to your YouTube profile. Obviously now I know that the kids program has been disabled, but I was like, all right, whatever. He clicked on Jason's name. And so he turns on Matilda, and then probably 10, 15 minutes go by, and he was like, I'm bored of this. You want to watch this shark show? It's my favorite show. It's about this shark. And I'm like, whatever. I'm on my phone because I'm not paying attention.
Right.
It's Megan's job to make sure your kid doesn't get hurt. I'm here for moral support.
Yeah.
We know Jim's not watching that kid. So I'm doom scrolling on my phone, and like I can hear whatever this show is, and there's no words, correct?
No
I don't
words.
think there's any words in the show.
It's called Zig and Sharko or something. It's on Netflix, and I don't know.
But the one particular episode that your child turned on happened to be, in my opinion, probably the most annoying episode. It was about loud noises, and they were upsetting the shark. I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen this one?
I think you've seen all of them.
Well, no. Have you seen it?
Probably.
Okay, yeah. So the whole episode is about loud noises upsetting the shark, and the shark is trying to get away from these noises to go like rescue the girl or something. I don't know. Come to find out, and then Megan was like, "All right, well, like your mom and dad are going to be home real soon, so like it's time for bed." And he like grabs the remote and like hurry up and turns it off. I don't know if he like thought you guys were like going to walk in the door or something.
Yeah, this kid had access to Netflix on his tablet. Like just his like kid's profile or whatever, but he would always watch this show, and we're like, Jesus, like it's so annoying.
Yeah.
And then he would act like these characters, running around, yelling, screaming, like making a bunch of weird noises, and it's like,
brother,
be normal, dude. Like I understand you're a kid and you're gonna have fun and you're gonna make weird noises and stuff, but like we stopped letting him watch this show, and I asked Taylor, it was like a week later. I was like, you noticed that he's been acting a little different? And she's like, uh-huh.
Crazy.
Like it's
dude.
visibly noticeable when they don't watch these dumb shows that are literally there just to like keep their attention. Like it absolutely changes him. So like he goes and starts watching more Bluey. He starts watching, stuff on like PBS Kids. And it's like infinitely more educational and like helpful in becoming a good person instead of watching just nonsense.
So I think I had made the comment, and you can extrapolate on this if you choose, but it seems that like the kid shows nowadays are so much more like fast paced and like sort of just like super scatterbrained, and things are always flashing and happening and zooming around and blah blah blah. And you said he starts to run around, and I've always made a comment that he just vibrates on a different frequency. Maybe he was watching the Zappo shark show before I came over.
Yeah,
kids just bouncing off the walls.
And I think the kid shows nowadays
they're probably infinitely worse than the kid shows.
And I think it's because even most adults, especially the ones who frequent TikTok and Instagram and all those things. Yeah,
we're guilty too. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like the attention span is so short, and it's even shorter for kids. So when they have these shows that are like constantly like different colors and lights and different sounds, it is keeping their attention a little bit better because there's something happening.
Yeah.
Whereas like when we were kids, like there was actually still a plot in kids shows.
Yeah, like what was it, Bear in the Big Blue House had a conflict and a resolution in one episode.
Yeah.
And there was always a story in between too.
Dude, even like cartoons like Ed, Ed and Eddie or like Dexter's Lab, there was still like, there was 2 episodes in the 30-minute thing, right? Like you have like 2 10-minute episodes.
Yeah, some of those shows
were like that, but like there was still like here's
conflict resolution. Yeah.
Right. But these shows, it's literally just noise.
Yeah.
There's no actual anything to it. And
our listeners out in podcast land with children, what TV shows do you let your kids watch? Or do you not let your kids watch? Let us know. You said now you can leave comments on Spotify.
Yeah, leave us some comments.
Scroll down a little bit and let us know.
Tell me why what shows your kids watch and why it's Bluey, because the Bluey's the best.
Is that the best? Have we moved on past Blippi?
Yeah, he still watches it occasionally.
Is he just over Blippy, or is he just
Not
seen
holding
every
his-
episode?
He now notices that it's not the same guy.
What? Oh, Blippy has been replaced?
Oh, you didn't know that?
Why would I know that? I just know that Blippy
No.
shits on his friends, but
Yeah, this Blippy does not.
noted.
So it's a guy who literally talks and acts and mimics him perfectly.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's like, I mean, he doesn't really look
like
exactly like him. I think he's a different ethnicity too. But
okay.
either way, he does a very convincing job at like talking like him.
Come along, kids.
Exactly. He can do literally all of those things. It's so convincing.
Wow.
So to like the normal kid who's like barely paying attention, this is Blippy.
Yeah, right.
And
I see blue shirt, orange stripes.
Yeah,
right.
and then like this is the new Blippy for these episodes. But then the actual Blippy has his own like Blippy's Treehouse show on Amazon with another girl. I don't know if that one's been replaced with new Blippy or not.
Wow. There's been Blippy updates that I'm not aware of.
Dude, he's just so rich he can do that. He can just replace himself.
He can just hire a clone of himself
Yep.
to replace him.
He's like, yeah, I'm too tired of making these noises and trying to be excited.
Excavator. See ya later. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kid shows now or something.
I wouldn't know, but thanks for keeping me updated on that. I'm glad I
will say though, there's two.
Yeah.
There's two parents out there, or even just anybody out there who's interested in either of these two franchises. You should watch them. There is a Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous show on Netflix.
Yeah.
So good.
For adults, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Me and
Is
Taylor-
this a cartoon or is this
It's like a
like a live action?
It's not a cartoon. It's like a 3D animated type
Okay.
thing.
Gotcha.
It's so good.
For real.
The story is insane. Me and Taylor were like, this is really, we should start this from the beginning one time.
Oh, you
Like,
said this is on Netflix?
Yeah, there's 5 seasons of that. And then they just
5 seasons.
They just did a time jump. It's like 10 years later now or something. They're older and there's more stuff happening. I don't want to give it away because anybody who hasn't watched.
Brother, I'm about to go watch a shit tonight.
Yeah, there's Camp Cretaceous. I can't remember what the next. There's the. Hold on,
We have the internet.
yeah,
We have the power.
new
You said it was called Camp what?
Camp Cretaceous?
Cretaceous?
Uh,
Oh, it's got Jenna Ortega in it?
Camp Cretaceous. What's the?
Yo, what's her name from Brooklyn Nine-Nine's in it?
Stephanie B. Oh wow. Wow.
Holy shit. It's got the fucking I See Dead People kid in it.
What's the new?
Oh, it's got what's her name from New Girl?
Who?
Isn't that this one right here by my thumb?
No,
Isn't that?
she was in The Good Place.
Oh, I didn't see that show. Well, I mean, I watched like 2 episodes of that show. Oh, Camp Cretaceous.
Chaos Theory. Jurassic World Chaos Theory is the sequel series to Camp Cretaceous. There was 5 seasons, I think, of Camp Cretaceous.
Well, hot shit. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous came out in 2020, 5 seasons. Well, hot damn. Okay, and what else?
The other one is Star Trek Prodigy.
Really?
I haven't been like the biggest Star Trek fan. Like I know like a decent amount.
I know nothing.
Like I've seen the new movies and stuff. I've seen some of the old shows. Either way, there's a new one. It's from Nickelodeon and some other big studio producing it.
Yeah.
Me and Reed started watching. I'm like, shit, this is good.
He's like, Dad, can we go play outside? Sit down.
He's like,
Kirk's about
it's
to
like-
shoot Khan with the phaser gun.
Well, and what's funny is like
I think those
they
are words
use
from Star Trek.
They use one of the characters from like the original series.
Oh shit.
In
Okay.
like one of the ships and everything, but they put it's really, really good. It's really well done. And it's like, Reed's like, can we watch Bluey? I'm like, no.
We're watching Star Trek.
Season 2's out. We have to watch this. we gotta finish. Dude, at one point I thought I was done with season 1, like 12 episodes in. Because that's like the new norm, right? 8, 12 episodes, something like that.
I have a comment on that. Continue.
There was like 22, 24 episodes in the first season. Season 2 just came out. And I'm like, Yes.
I got another 30 episodes to
Dude,
watch.
like, yes. Like, if I didn't have a kid, I'd still be watching this.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have watched it in the first place if you didn't have a kid.
It probably wouldn't have showed up on my Netflix suggestions. But if I were to listen to this podcast and someone was like, hey, you should check the show out, I'd be like, yeah, cool. I've got time. I'd binge it in a whole weekend.
Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous and would you Star Trek New Prodigy?
Trek Prodigy.
Wow.
I would just buy a pizza and just watch these shows.
Speaking of shows, I've talked about Megan and I have been rewatching Outlander. I'm finally caught up. I'm like done.
You're ready for
ready for the new season that comes out later this year. So speaking of shows, and since we were talking about Game of Thrones last week, what is with this whole series or seasons of shows being 10 episodes? That ain't a fucking season.
Dude.
That ain't a season.
I complained about this. Always Sunny used to have 18, 20 episodes in a season. They have 8 at most now.
That's not a season.
I don't know if production cost or production time or what happened to change.
Maybe it's writing. Maybe it's the writing. Writing cost.
It could be writing. It could be hey, we want this much money per episode. They're like, cool, we can get it done in 8.
That's insane.
I mean, who knows what it is? I mean,
yeah, true.
I know those longer running series, look at Friends. That last season they were making, if I remember correctly, they were making over $1 million an episode.
Yeah, that checks out. I think that's also what brought the Big Bang Theory to its knees is they were like, all right, well, it's season 45. So all right, we're making $18 trillion every 6 seconds on screen. So I'm obviously exaggerating, but I do agree that's probably what it is. But it's just frustrating that these shows, new season out now, and it's fucking 6 episodes. That ain't a season. And then you got to wait 2 years for 6 more episodes. That's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, look at Arcane. There was it was on Netflix, the League of Legends show.
Yeah.
I think there was 8 episodes or something like that in the first season. It's been 2-3 years since that came out. It comes out this November. Season 2 does. That's the end of the whole series.
Because I'm not invested in it, I kind of I don't really have an opinion on it. That does sound very frustrating as a fan of the show.
It's one of the best done shows, animation, voice acting.
Personally, I give animation shows a pass because it takes, in my opinion, a lot more. Animated or 3D.
My battery died.
The whole camera's dead.
And there it is.
There it is. All right. Well,
Jason went black.
We're going to wrap up this episode then, but just know that I have some things to talk about TV shows and animations next week, folks.
You know what? We should just talk about different TV shows and...
We've already done that.
Well, there's more. I
haven't watched any new shows.
I have.
Sounds like we're talking about TV again next week, folks. So we're going to get this wrapped up because I know that you can hear that big, beautiful baritone voice of his, but you can't see his little pretty little face. But
stop it.
We're going to get this wrapped up. Thanks for being here, everybody. As always, make sure you get your last hydration check-in. Use code SADBOYS at w.gg. Make your plain water taste better. Get 10% off your order. Support those that support us. This has been, what's the music vibe? Since your black screen over there, what's the music vibe as I stare into the void of...
I was going to say, it should just be endless ethereal space music.
Say less. Am down. So let's just start floating into the abyss, everybody. I like how you're raising your hands as if the camera's on. Whoa, we're floating in. Can you just green screen in some space behind me?
I will certainly make an effort.
We'll try. This has been a wonderful episode where we've bitched about pop culture topics and recent news events that obviously everyone is affected by. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but most people are affected by. And then let's see, we wrapped it up with some good old kids television.
Just some nice,
some wholesome
topics.
Thanks for being here, everybody. You said we recently hit a new milestone. What was that number that you sent to me the other day? You said we hit 17, but then we had 400 on the new YouTube thing.
Yeah. The whole YouTube platform is it's really hitting. People are watching the podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. You can also just listen to the audio only version on YouTube now, right? So the same thing for Spotify. You can watch and listen, and then you can find us on every other platform. The Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast,
iHeartRadio
Podcast,
YouTube Podcast, Spotify, of course. There's so many places you can find the podcast.
Make sure you just hit the like, subscribe, follow, comment, share button on any one of the platforms that you view us on. We greatly appreciate it. You told me that we had hit 1,700 plays, but it wasn't counting the
It wasn't
YouTube
counting
plays.
anything on YouTube.
So we have officially hit higher than 2,000 plays, and we want to thank every single one of you for your continued listening. Thank you so much for being here. I've said it before, I'll say it again until I'm blue in the face. 1 hour out of your day, and you grant it to us, I greatly appreciate that. We all have the same 24 hours, and for you to listen to us say goofy-ass shit on the internet, it truly warms my heart. Thank you so much for caring about what we have to say. We are the Midwest Sad Boys. I'm Jim.
I'm Jason.
And this has been your midweek Sad Boy update. We are still floating into the abyss of this ethereal space music. Everybody posture check, hydration check, and try not to get lost in the void of a black hole. We'll be back next week, episode 36. Stay sad, y'all.
36.
63. I got Lex Dixia. Bye.
Bye.